I've started using Logic's internal distortion, the new Chroma Glow, a lot more in my production lately, and I wanted to show an example of how I use this for bass lines. I think oftentimes Logic's internal plugins are overlooked for third-party ones, and when in fact a lot of them do a fairly decent to sometimes a great job. This is an example of one of them that I kind of overlooked for a little bit and now I've started using. So in this case, in this song, I have a bass line that's fairly busy. This is a Rep 5 organ bass. Typically what I do is I create a track stack for my basses, and then I also add a sub bass that covers the lower range, makes it sound fatter, which to me sounds good. The problem here becomes defining that bass line once the whole mix is there. And so taking this part right here, what I'll do is I'll typically add a bus, and this bus will go back to this track stack, and then with Chroma Glow adding just a little bit of distortion. It really just helps with the transients and being able to cut through the mix a lot more. So it's a fairly subtle change, but once the mix comes in, especially if you do a little bit of low cut, so that the distortion part is only cutting at the upper end of your bass line, and it makes a big difference. So now in the context of the mix here, what's having added this distortion, this is without distortion. It's quite adequate, but once I turn this on, I feel like the bass just cuts through better without mudding up the mix. And then once the upper part comes in, again without it. Anyway, I hope this helps out. I pick up these new tricks as I go along, and sometimes they work for certain songs, and I think adding a little bit of distortion to the bass side can be really useful, and especially on the bass, especially on a busy part like this, I think it really helps accentuate the bass part without it making the whole mix muddy. This song is called Sound of Love. I'll go ahead and link that down if you would like to listen to the whole song and the production. Thanks for watching.